let's dive straight into the debate number one, where we are asking you the question, Indian Idol Nahid, is it time in 2017, in 21st century India, in New India as Prime Minister Narendra Modi described it, for anybody to issue fatwas to prevent a young 16-year-old from expressing her talent and from bringing in cultural unity in a country that's so diverse? I'm joined this evening by Shazia Ilmi, spokesperson of the BJP, Tasleema Nasrin, author, also with us in our studios in Noida, Zeenat Shaukat Ali, Islamic Scholar, Trisha Shetty, SheSays Founder-CEO, Maqsood Ul Hasan Qasmi, National President of the All India Imam Council of India, Mohammed Mufti Zayee, Advisor Haji Ali from Mumbai, and Syed Inayatullah, Vice President of the All India Milli Council, joining us from Chennai. Tasleema Nasrin, if I can come to you first. This is the land of Abida Parveen, Begum Akhtar, Noor Jahan, Mohammad Rafi. We have innumerable number of artists who are from the Islamic world, who have sung bhajans, who have sung all sorts of songs, who have sung ragas, thumris, you name it, and they've sung it. In such a country, can we have Islamic clerics coming out and giving fatwas saying that just because a land is surrounded by masjids and madrasas and also some maqbaras there, and that's the land where women can't come out and perform, and a 16-year-old should not come out and perform just because Allah will show his wrath? Is this what Islam teaches?
Even if Islam teaches it, then we must not accept that part of Islam. We must reject bad parts of Islam and accept the good parts of Islam. So all religions are against women. All religions are against women's rights and freedom. So we must not accept those religions which, goes against women's rights and freedom. Not only women's rights and freedom. Religions, not only Islam, all other religions also are against human rights, plurality of thoughts, and freedom of expression. But other religions were reformed. Women are not allowed to laugh at the church, but now they don't accept that the misogynistic part of religion. So Islam must not be exempted from critical scrutiny that applied to other religions, and Islam must go through the enlightenment process that other religions have gone
Nasrin,
through.
you absolutely hit the nail on the head, because this is not just an issue about fanaticism. It is in fact very much a gender issue, because to all those who issue these kind of fatwas, we'd like to ask, do you also issue fatwas when Salman Khan plays a Hindu role in a movie and sings bhajans in a movie? Does anyone call for his head at that time? No, no one does, because this is very much a gender-based issue as well. And Qasmi ji, I'd like to come to you on this, and Navika raised this point briefly as we started the debate. I'm sure you've heard of Farida Khanum, Noor Jahan, Begum Akhtar, Abida Parveen. इनका नाम सुना होगा आपने. क्या आपको लगता है कि इन्होंने किसी भी तरह से they have insulted Islam? Do you think that these are people who we should consider as gems to the art world, someone who has contributed to the arts world, or do you consider that they did something which was a threat to Islam?
No, you are taking it a misway. Islam, look, there are Mohammed Rafi and the name you call now.
Mohammed Rafi ने तो भजन गाए काज़ी साहब.
I am coming to that. Yes.
उन्होंने कहा है मन तरसत हरि दर्शन को आज. तो फतवा इशू किया था आपने उनके आगे.
Yes, you look here. These fatwas. First of all, I have objection to this. Is not fatwa. This is simply a written pamphlet, because you are very wrongly
Yes, it's a Guhari. Okay, let's be clear. It's a Guhari which translates into request. Okay. Qasmi ji, ठीक है, हम कह लेते हैं कि it's not a fatwa. Yeah. We are saying it's a Guhari which is a request. Even then, what kind of an absurd request is this when it says if we don't keep our children away from such things, Allah will not spare us such things? What are these things? Are we talking about drugs here? Are we talking about alcohol here? What are we talking about? Music?
No, anybody have right to advise opinion, Islamic opinion. Likewise, the Hindu religious
How is
people
this Islamic?
give religion.
What
opinion.
Is the problem
Likewise,
here? The girl is singing.
call the Hindu Muslim to boycott the birthday celebrations. The same way any Muslim can advise.
Advise
What is the advice? 16 साल की लड़की को आप कह रहे हैं गाना मत गाइए, आप परफॉर्म मत करिए. This is a threat. This is not an advice. I object to your calling it an advice. It's a threat. You are threatening the girl. What are you saying?
And to terrorism. It is terrorism. Has Giriraj Singh advised Hindu to boycott birthday celebration? Is he terrorist?
I'm asking you about
Is
this
it
girl.
intimidation?
Qasmi ji, please tell me, what has this girl done wrong except singing? What is the problem with singing? Is music a threat to Islam? I'm asking you. And we'll go to Zeenat Shaukat Ali on this. What does Islam have to say about music in the arts?
We are India. We are secular country. Any individual has every right to do whatever he or she wants.
But a Muslim girl cannot sing. And you will threaten her from
singing. She is singing. This is the sheer example that she is singing. And Muhammad Rafi people have been singing. And these guidance, these advice are not new. For more than 14 years, 1400 years, this type of advice available in Islam.
कभी threaten किया था? क्यों एक 16 साल की लड़की को आप threaten कर रहे हैं? ये जो है advice नहीं है, ये threat है.
There is no fatwa at all. अगर आप
This is a threat. When you say that it says don't attend the ceremony on March 25th event. The anti-Sharia acts like musical nights are held on grounds surrounded by masjid, eidgahs, madrasas and graveyards. Our future generations will attract the wrath of Allah. कहाँ से ये लाए हैं?
इसमें इंटिमिडेशन कहाँ है? इसमें धमकी कहाँ है?
धमकी है और धमकी नहीं है तो क्या है? ज़ीनत शौकत अली,
आप एक चीज बताइए मुझे, इसमें धमकी नहीं है. उसके इवेंट के लिए लोगों को बोला जा रहा है don't go for her event. How is that not a threat? This girl is trying to make a profession out of this gift that she has got from God, and people are being told not to go to her event. Let me also tell you what happened to Suhana Saeed. One second. What happened to Suhana Saeed? Suhana Saeed, 1 second, Qasmi ji. Suhana Saeed, आप कह रहे हैं थ्रेट नहीं है, आप बात तो सुनिए, आप बात तो सुनिए, यहाँ पे थ्रेट नहीं है. मैं आपको रिमाइंड करूं सुहाना सईद को क्या बोला गया था. When this Muslim group called Mangalore Muslims had attacked this girl Suhana Saeed for singing a Hindu devotional song, not only had they slammed her for singing a Hindu song, they had said your parents will not go to heaven because you are showing your beauty to other men. Does singing a song on a public platform amount to showing your beauty to other men?
I have come to the conclusion there is an attempt to take away the Islam from Indian Muslim. And we are being intimidated by the people.
Islam survives and thrives only when you are allowed to threaten, so that some of these mullahs, some of these
the question about threatening?
Some of these Maulvis can assume the power.
Arrest them.
But what is un-Islamic? What is un-Islamic about singing? Zeenat Shaukat Ali, please enlighten us.
मेरे गर्दन पे तलवार रख के आप ये कहोगे मैं हर नाजायज चीज को जायज करूं इस्लाम में?
नाजायज क्या है इसमें? नाजायज क्या है? गाने में नाजायज क्या है?
दो तरह की म्यूजिक है. दो तरह की म्यूजिक है. दो तरह की म्यूजिक है. एक तरह म्यूजिक है. मैं जानता हूं.
मेरी बात सुन ले. ईद के समय प्रॉफिट ने भी कहा था कि लड़कियों को उनके घर के बाहर जो लड़कियां गा रही थी वो चुप हो गई जब उन्हें देखकर. तो मोहम्मद प्रॉफिट ने ये कहा था कि आप गाइए क्योंकि ईद सेलिब्रेशन का टाइम है और सेलिब्रेशन सिंगिंग से होती है. तो जो चीज मोहम्मद प्रॉफिट ने कही हुई है, जो चीज कुरान में है, उसको आप कौन होते हैं झुटलाने वाले?
मैं आपसे ज्यादा जानता हूं. दो तरह की म्यूजिक है. एक तरह की म्यूजिक है कुरान का रिसाइट करना, अजान पढ़ना, जैसे प्रॉफिट ने कहा वो जायज है. लेकिन जो म्यूजिक आपको गंदी की तरफ
हमारे पैनल में एक और इस्लामिक स्कॉलर है, आप उनकी भी जरा बात सुन लीजिए.
मैं देखता हूं कि इसके पीछे क्या है. मैं करूं तो ये ढीला है, वो ढीला है. तो गंदे गंदे गाने जो है आप चाहते हो कि मस्जिदों में हम गवाएं. आप चाहते हो कि इस्लाम को बदल डालो. आप चाहते हो कि पूरे इस्लाम को बदल लीजिए. आप उनकी भी बात सुन लीजिए. ज़ीनत शौकत अली प्लीज सर. ज़ीनत शौकत अली प्लीज
मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. अभी रिसेंटली जो हो रहा है इस यानी कि ये 2-4 साल हो गए ज़्यादा करके कि जहाँ मुस्लिम विमेन की बात आई तो वहाँ कहीं ना कहीं जो है हम टोकना शुरू कर देते हैं. वेदर इट इज़ टू डू विद ट्रैवल, वेदर इट इज़ डू विद मैरिज, वेदर इट इज़ डू विद वर्क, वेदर इट इज़ डू विद ड्रेस, उसको कंप्लीट करने दीजिए मौलाना साहब. मैंने आपको इंटरप्ट नहीं किया, मेरी बात सुन लीजिए. सबसे पहले ये है कि म्यूज़िक जो है वो हर कायनात में घूम रहा है. म्यूज़िक, चिड़िया म्यूज़िक करती है, दरिया म्यूज़िक करता है, अजान में म्यूज़िक है, किरात जो कुरान शरीफ की है वो एटलीस्ट 7 किस्म की किरातें जो है जो इम्पोर्टेंट और हर दुनिया के कोने से आई है, वो किरात में भी म्यूजिक है। तो आप कौन से हिसाब से कह रहे हैं कि ये म्यूजिक इस्लाम में
बताइए, सलमान खान ने जो म्यूजिक गाई है, देखिए कि ये ढीला है और वो ढीला है, वो आप उसको भी इजाजत देंगी?
मौलाना साहब, जहां
आप मस्जिद में इजाजत देंगी, आप मदरसे में उसको पढ़ने की इजाजत देंगी?
मस्जिद में नहीं गा रही है,
वल्गैरिटी
ये मस्जिद में थोड़ी ना गा रही है,
ये ऐसी गंद है,
ये पब्लिक प्लेटफॉर्म पे गा रही है
जो हमारी सोसाइटी को खराब कर रही है।
क्या खराब कर रही है?
नहीं करा, तमाम हिंदू भाई भी, हमारी सोसाइटी में वल्गैरिटी आ रही है, हमारी सोसाइटी में न्यूडपन आ रहा है, हमारी जो
बच्ची ने गाना गाया है
उसको खत्म किया जा रहा है।
इस बच्ची की तस्वीरें, मौलाना काज़मी साहब, मैं अपने डायरेक्टर को कहूंगी इस बच्ची की तस्वीरें चलाएं, इसमें कहां वल्गैरिटी है? इस बच्ची की तस्वीरों में कहां वल्गैरिटी है?
उसको
ये लड़की गाना गा रही है, पूरी तरह से ढकी हुई है, एक गाना गा रही है, कोई वल्गैरिटी इसमें नहीं है। इसमें अगर वल्गैरिटी आपको नजर आ रही है तो वल्गैरिटी आपके दिमाग में है, आपके जहन में है। ये वल्गैरिटी आपके जहन में है, ये वल्गैरिटी इस लड़की में नहीं है। शाजिया इल्मी,
there are many more important issues in this country.
That's your argument every time. That's your argument every time. But why should this country? Why should this country?
This Maulana is arguing.
Should this country allow friends to be given to a 16-year-old? Why in a country like ours, in a secular, in a diverse country like ours, why should a 16-year-old be threatened?
Say anything about dowry death. You will not say anything
about dowry deaths also.
Atrocities being made to the Dalit women. Atrocities on the women politicizes abortion taking place in my country more than 3,000.
काज़मी साहब, ज़ाहिरा वसीम को ट्रोल किया गया, सुहाना सईद को ट्रोल किया गया, अब इस लड़की को थ्रेट्स दिए जा रहे हैं। लड़कियों को क्यों टारगेट किया जा रहा है? क्या मुसलमान आदमी जो है वो इस्लामिक है और मुसलमान औरत अगर अपने मन का कुछ करे तो वो अन-इस्लामिक हो जाती है?
Vulgar singing is not only
vulgar singing. How dare you call it vulgar singing? Shazia Ilmi, this girl has sung such a beautiful song in Akira. She has performed in Bollywood. Do you think there's anything vulgar about the songs that have been sung
vulgarity
by?
is in their minds. Sir, can you allow others to speak? भाई साहब, औरों को बात करने का मौका दीजिए प्लीज। आप ना गला फाड़ फाड़ के बोले जा रहे हैं। आप एक बच्ची का हक है गाने का, आप वो छीन रहे हैं। अभी हम लोग की आवाज नहीं सुनने दे रहे।
हम बोल रहे हैं, आप बोलिए।
मौलाना साहब,
बोलने दीजिए उनको।
And there are many more serious issues too. There are many other serious issues to contend with. But Navika, I think this is a very, very serious issue. We must take charge of our democracy and democratic values, because the way the radicalism is rising, soon they will be telling us what to wear, what not to wear, whether women are allowed to go out or not to go out. So I think it's very important that we all get together, and this is just not for liberal Muslims and regular folks, but we must save ourselves from these radicalized obscurantist way of looking at things. We are living
absolutely
about,
you know, Shazia, that is really the fear. Shazia, that is the fear, because when you एक second काज़मी जी, अब आप दूसरों को भी बोलने दीजिए. I'll tell you what, Shazia, the fear is exactly this, that when you have a tradition in India going back to medieval times of the gharanas of music. At a time, you know, hundreds of years ago, you had gharanas of music that were, in fact, they were being patronized. They were talking about all. Sir, please. आप दूसरों को भी बात करने दीजिए. I am really requesting you now. Now the point is, are we regressing to such an extent that in a country which has such a rich tradition of Sufism, of Gharana music, today we cannot even tolerate a 16-year-old standing on a stage and singing? And I'd like to go across to Mohammed Mufti Zayee on this, please. What do you think really of a girl standing up and singing because she believes that she has a gift from God? This is what Afrin herself has said. She believes her music is a gift from God. She wants to express it. She wants to follow this as a profession. Does she not have a right to do that? Let me tell you that this was called a guna. She was told, this was at the time when she was participating in Indian Idol, they dissuaded people from voting for me, saying it's a guna. आपको आपके mind में गुना क्या होता है? मेरे mind में गुना is a murder, a rape, a robbery. ये होते हैं गुना. اس لڑکی نے کیا گناہ کیا ہے؟
ایک گانا گانا, محض ایک گانا گانا گناہ کہلائے گا اس دیش میں؟ اب مسلمان لڑکیوں کے لیے گناہ ہو گیا وہ؟
This is media sensationalization.
ارے اس نے بولا ہے, لڑکی نے بولا ہے, she was told that it's a guna. محمد مفتی زئی, your response to that please.
چینا and yellow journalism.
چینا مجھے بولنے دیا جائے.
ہاں جی بولیے.
چینا اگر مجھے بولنے کی اجازت ہو تو میں کہہ دوں. چینا اگر مجھے بولنے کی اجازت ہو تو کہوں.
What are you talking about? آپ ہی بول رہے ہیں.
We are listening to you, please go ahead.
بولے زئی صاحب.
ہلو
بولیے بولیے.
چینا سب میں پہلے بتانا چاہتا ہوں کہ وہاں پر جو معاملات ہو رہے ہیں خصوصاً آسام کے اس حصے میں جہاں پر اسے بچی کے معاملات ہوئے, میں نے وہاں کے ڈی جی سے بات کیا, وہاں کے میں نے ایس پی سے بات کیا, وہاں کے تمام لوگوں سے ہماری گفتگو شنید ہوئی. وہاں پر فتوے نام کی کوئی چیز نہیں ہوئی ہے. اور بات جہاں تک گناہ کی ہے تو شریعت کا ایک تقاضا ہے ٹینا, شریعت کا ایک تقاضا یہ ہے کہ ہر وہ کام جو شریعت کے دائرے سے دور آ کر کیا جاتا ہے وہ گناہ ہے. جس طریقے سے نبی اکرم صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے میوزک کے آلات میوزک کو استعمال کرنے کے لیے منع فرمایا ہے.
ایک 16 سال کی لڑکی اگر گانا گاتی
چینا مجھے اگر
یہ کس کتاب میں یہ لکھا ہے, کس قرآن میں یہ لکھا ہے کہ 16 سال کی لڑکی گانے سے
چینا 16 سال کی بچی گا رہی ہو یا 60 سال کا بوڑھا انسان گا رہا ہو,
تو پھر محمد رفیع کے خلاف کتنے فتوے کیے تھے؟
16 سال کی بچی ہو یا 60 سال کا مرد ہو, کوئی بھی گا رہا ہو, شریعت کے تقاضے کو پورا اگر نہیں کرے گا تو یقیناً وہ شرعی گنہگار
تھا. من ترپت
شرعی گنہگار.
ہری درشن کو آج کتنے فتوے کیے تھے آپ نے محمد رفیع صاحب کے خلاف؟ کیونکہ وہ ایک لڑکی ہے 16 سال کی اور اپنی حفاظت.
دیکھیے جب ہری درشن کو آپ کو اگر اس کو کامن لفظوں میں لیں گے تو یقیناً گناہ کا کام ہے, لیکن ہری درشن کے معنی کچھ اور بھی تو ہو سکتے ہیں. انہوں نے اللہ اس کے رسول کو لیا ہوگا, انہوں نے اللہ اس کے رسول کو لیا ہوگا.
میں تو یہی کہہ رہی ہوں زئی صاحب, صوفی سینٹس لائک بابا بلے شاہ, لال شہباز قلندر, انہوں نے تو سب نے میوزک سے اس دیش کو سب کچھ بتانا چاہا. بلے شاہ, لال شہباز قلندر, انہوں نے میوزک کو چنا, انہوں نے کہا میوزک از دا وے ٹو دا گاڈ, میوزک از دا وے ٹو دا گاڈ. یہ لڑکی بھی یہی کہہ رہی ہے کہ میں گاڈ کے ساتھ ایک ہونا چاہ رہی ہوں, وہ ڈیووشنل سانگز گا رہی ہے. اس میں گناہ کہاں سے آ گیا؟
دیکھیں میں آپ کو بتانا چاہوں گا کہ گناہ کہتے کس کو ہے, پہلے آپ کو اسے سمجھنا ہوگا. اسلامی شعار کے اعتبار سے گناہ اس کو کہا جاتا ہے جو شریعت مطہرہ کو, جو آلات شریعت مطہرہ کو پابند نہ ہو. اگر وہ شریعت کے مطہرہ کے پابند نہیں ہے تو یقیناً وہ گناہ ہے. گناہ اسے کہا جاتا ہے جو شریعت سے دور رہ کے کیا جائے. شرعی گناہ ہے لیکن
زینت شوکت علی
مولانا صاحب مجھ کو بتائیے کہ سب سے پہلے جو زبور حضرت داؤد پہ جب نازل ہوا, حضرت داؤد کیا کرتے تھے؟ وہ ریٹ پہ بانسری بجاتے تھے. تو میوزک قرآن میں ہے, آپ کس کی بات کر رہے ہیں؟ کون سی میوزک کی بات کر رہے ہیں؟ قرآن شریف میں
حضرت داؤد علیہ السلام نہیں ہے, ڈاکٹر زینت یہ رسول اللہ کا پیغام ہے,
وہاں پہ پیغام
یہ اسلام ہے,
اللہ کا وہ میوزک سے پھیلتا تھا. آپ بات مت
یہ اسلام ہے, یہ شریعت محمدی ہے.
I cannot talk over him. I cannot talk over.
شریعت محمدی کے تقاضے ہیں.
لکھا ہے
Mohammed Mufti Zayee, please allow her to respond. We need to bring in some of our panelists even now. Let her respond.
اگر آپ
We'll come back to you. Let her respond.
اگر آپ مجھے سننا پسند نہیں کرتے تو کوئی بات نہیں.
She has the right to have an opposing voice.
Came to David.
ہم داؤد علیہ السلام کی بات کر رہے ہیں,
اپنے علاوہ کسی اور کو بھی بولنے کا
یہاں پر نہیں کر رہے ہیں. ہم رسول اللہ کی وہ بات کر رہے ہیں جو پیغمبر صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے بتایا ہے.
Will you tell him to just let me talk, then he can contradict me.
ہم کس زمانے میں
I want to finish
اسلام کا زمانہ نہیں ہے, یہ رسول اللہ کا وہ دین جو ہمارے پاس ہے.
زینت شوکت علی.
Yes, please. The first revelation that the Quran mentions, it mentions 4 books. Out of it, Zabur is first. Then is Torah, then is Injil, and then is the Quran. In the Zabur, which is revealed to David, he sings on the reed, and it is said that all the animals used to collect and all people used to collect, And that is the first revelation. The music starts from there. What is he talking about? And which hadiths is he quoting? I want to know the hadith. 100% right. Whether it is Sahih, whether it is Zayee, whether it is Makruh, whether it is Mardud, whether it is Boh. I want to know.
These are convenient excuses.
Absolutely convenient excuses. And unacceptable excuses. Unacceptable. They are not acceptable to Islam.
It's about making sure that women don't have a voice. Trisha Shetty, I'd like to come across to you and thank you for your patience. Trisha Shetty, it's not just about being a fanatic of a particular religion. There is blatant misogyny here.
Lies.
It is blatantly sexist. These attacks and this attempt to gag people only comes to women. Why is that? Why is it that every single time we see a young woman who wants to raise her voice, who wants to have an opinion, who wants to simply sing and perhaps find a career for herself, why do these fanatics get up and start issuing fatwas? And
Trisha, is it a coincidence that Zaira Wasim first gets trolled, then Suhana Saeed, and now it's this young girl, Nahid Afrin, who's being threatened? They just find a soft target to point their guns on so that they can then display the power that they have on the religion and on the sect.
So see, it's important to keep two things in mind, that the oppressors find it very easy to oppress the most vulnerable, the most marginalized. They would not go after the Bollywood bigwigs, like you rightly pointed out. They're going after this young 15-year-old girl, and I'm so glad that this girl is saying, I refuse to not sing anymore. I'm so glad this girl is standing true to her faith. And at this point, we need to listen to scholars like Dr. Zeenat Ali, to Shazia Ilmi, who are standing and saying, I represent Islam and this is not what Islam stands for. At this point, we see this all the time. When it was the right to pray movement, they'll say, you don't come at us. Religion is sacred. They'll always use the guise of religion to discriminate against women, and this is exactly that. This is discrimination. This is bullying tactics. This is suppressive tactics. This is the idea of not liking to see a young woman claiming her agency, being on TV, singing whatever songs. Tomorrow, even if she chooses to sing a Bollywood item number song, as objectionable as some people may find it, to then associate it to religion and say your religion prohibits you and you're a bad Muslim. It's so unfair on this young 16-year-old, and I'm so glad that she's standing up for her songs, for her art, and standing up for herself and saying, you don't get to decide whether I'm a good Muslim or not. I'm a good Muslim and I can be a good Muslim by singing as well. It's very easy for these clerics to come forth and put the course of religion and say, don't question us, this is religion. No, this is discrimination, and this is exactly what we should need to call it out for.
That's right. And this is the Indian Constitution. Syed Inayatullah ji, ये Indian Constitution है, ये India है. India में certain rights हैं, fundamental rights हैं. वो fundamental rights सबको इक्वली मिलती हैं. इस 16 साल की लड़की नाहिद आफरीन को भी ये राइट्स मिली हुई हैं. कौन होते हैं ये 46 क्लेरिक्स जो उसे रोकना चाहते हैं, परफॉर्म नहीं करने देना चाहते 25 मार्च को? वो कह रहे हैं कि लोगों को जाना नहीं चाहिए. किस लिए? क्योंकि अल्लाह जो है वो नाराज हो जाएंगे. वो लड़की कहती है, लेट मी रीड आउट व्हाट द गर्ल सेज. शी सेज, my singing is the gift of God. I believe it must be the property of God that should be used. Not doing so is ignoring God. जो हुनर उसे खुदा ने दिया है, अगर वो उसे इस्तेमाल नहीं करती तो ये क्या भगवान की, अल्लाह की तौहीन नहीं होगी?
Shall I come in?
Please do.
First of all, let me correct Tasleema Nasrin. You all people are having a biased idea against the Muslim, saying that we are not giving any independence to the ladies. First, you eradicate from your mind. We in Islam, we are giving the full liberty to the ladies.
So why is this girl being stopped from singing?
No other religion can give. No, let me complete, please. Let me complete. No other religion is giving that freedom. But your freedom and our thinking of freedom is different. See, my wife can sing a good song. She's got a sweet voice. My daughter's got a sweet voice. That I can enjoy within 4 walls. That is myself and my children and my wife.
Why?
But
why not outside the 4 walls?
See, no,
why? Can you explain to us why?
Let me come.
If she has a sweet voice, she should be able to sing on the road. She should be able to sing on the rooftop. She should be able to sing on the stage. Why only in the 4 walls?
Please listen to me. No, if you want to listen. Otherwise, I will go out.
No, but I am going to object if what you say is absolutely preposterous.
See, I was so
that someone has a right to sing only within the 4 walls of the house.
To talk. You please
talk, but you have to explain.
Let me talk.
You have to explain if you say something like this, that someone is allowed to sing only inside the 4 walls of the house.
Allah has given the sweet voice to Afrin. So let her make use of it to entertain her own family, her own people. It is not for public. It is not for encashment.
Why should the country, why should the state, why should people in a city, why should people in a village not enjoy that voice? Who are you to decide where she should sing? And you're talking about Tasleema Nasrin not understanding Islam. She is also Islamic in her own way. Of course she is. She follows her religion. Who are you to decide that? She will believe in the Islam that she believes in, not in the Islam that you dictate.
Several times this lady has insulted Islam and
Tasleema, today make it clear to the Maulana.
To this lady's presence here.
What is your religion?
She is Bangladeshi.
What is your religion?
She is foreign national. She should be thrown out from our country.
Please, we will not allow you to be absolutely discourteous to a fellow panelist. She is here on the invitation of Times Now. Qasmi Sahab, she is here in this studio on the invitation of Times Now, on my invitation, on Tina's invitation, as are you.
She is not Indian.
As are you.
You know, I'm really sorry, but you're exposing your mindset with what you are saying right now. Qasmi ji, by sitting here and insulting your fellow panelists like this, you are actually exposing your mindset. I'm going to allow Tasleema Nasrin to respond to that, even though this digresses from the debate.
Tasleema Nasrin.
You know, these fatwas mullahs issued fatwas against me also.
She is this lady.
Allow her to speak.
She is using insulting language against clerics.
Allow her to
tolerate it.
No, but
I will not tolerate it.
You will have to listen to her.
I will also come the same way with her.
No, but you will have to listen to her.
No, let.
Please do not threaten anybody. Please do not threaten anybody. Please to call in these studios. Do not threaten anybody. You think it's a sense of power that you use to threaten women, to threaten people?
Also come the same
Please do not threaten anybody.
Qasmi ji, I'm very sorry, but we are going to have to reduce your volume if you don't allow other panelists to speak.
She is insulting Islam.
You have to let her speak.
She has full freedom to express.
She should hold her tongue.
You are insulting us by not allowing her to speak. Now please let her speak.
I will not allow.
No, you cannot decide who will and who will not speak on this show, sir. I'm sorry, you will not decide who will speak on this show. You can say what you want outside these studios. Let her speak right now. Please calm down.
I will never allow her.
Calm down. Please calm down. Tasleema Nasrin.
She should not use the derogatory language against us.
She is not using any derogatory language. She is not using.
If she use, I will also come the same way.
Do not threaten. Do not threaten.
Come the same
you have no right to threaten anybody.
No. You cannot
You have no right to threaten anybody.
This is bigotry.
You stop wasting the time of this
Islam here. You are targeting Muslims here. By the foreign nationals.
Please go on.
Qasmi ji, I'm requesting you very humbly now.
To attack Islam and Muslims
Please do not waste time on this debate. Let the panelists speak. Tasleema Nasrin, please.
You know, those fatwas mullahs set price on my head also, and those are free. They were not arrested, they were not punished for their crimes of issuing fatwas against women or setting price on people's heads. So I think that these fatwas mullahs.
Who is this lady to call this?
Let her
encourage.
उनके अगेंस्ट फतवा हुआ है, वो नहीं बोल सकती तो कौन बोल सकता है? उनके अगेंस्ट फतवा जारी किया गया है, आपके अगेंस्ट नहीं हुआ फतवा जारी, उनके अगेंस्ट हुआ है, वो बोल सकती है। अच्छा ठीक है।
So fatwas.
अरे आप बोलने तो दीजिए।
Fatwas are not allowed in India. I think those mullahs who issue fatwas and against, especially they're against women, and set price on their heads, I think should be arrested, should be punished. I don't understand when other religious people issue death threats against people, then they get arrested. But why these Muslim mullahs are...
Who are you? Who are you? Who are you?
She is my guest. She is my guest and you will not insult her.
Constantly using
She is my guest. She is Times Now's guest.
She is constantly using derogatory language.
What derogatory language has she?
She is calling Mullah, Islamic cleric. First, she should stop using. Otherwise, I will no longer be the part of this show.
That is your choice. She will say what she has to say.
She is using derogatory language.
She is not using any derogatory language. She is not using any derogatory language.
Using, despite being foreign national.
She has been.
She has been. And I call.
She has.
She has
been a victim.
Kindly.
She has been a victim of fatwas that were issued against her.
Lady away from our country.
You have made that appeal on national television.
Malicious intention here to create.
Please go and submit your appeal in the Ministry of Home.
Incitement in my country.
Please do not try to intimidate her here. Go and submit your appeal in the Home Ministry and allow them to take cognizance of it. Meanwhile, if she is a victim of fatwas, she has a right to speak about
derogatory language.
Okay, yes, Qasmi ji, now we're going to try and bring a semblance of sanity back to this debate. So let's go elsewhere. I'm afraid we're going to have to go elsewhere because we need to bring sanity back into this debate. Mohammed Mufti Zayee, coming back to you on the points that we were making earlier, is music itself, according to you, against the tenets of Islam? What about, we talked about the tradition of Sufi music. What about the tradition of Qawwali, for example? Qawwali songs generally praise the God or the Prophet or Ali, and there have been a great tradition of Qawwali singers in our country. It adds to our heritage. What do you think of Qawwali? What do you think of the Muslim gharanas that contributed so much to Hindustani music?
Music is not allowed. Music is not been accepted. So
the questions for Mohammed Mufti Zayee, please. I'll come back to you, Syed Inayatullah.
हिंदुस्तान हो या पूरी दुनिया में कहीं पर भी पढ़े जाते हो, आलाते म्यूजिक, मुझे चीना आलाते म्यूजिक जो हुआ करते हैं, इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ म्यूजिक जो हुआ करता है, उसको हटा करके अगर कव्वाली पढ़ी जाए, नात पढ़ी जाए या फिर दूसरे आलात पढ़े जाए तो उसमें कोई मसले नहीं हुआ करते। सबसे पहली बात, आक़ाए दो जहां सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम ने आलाती म्यूजिक को इस्तेमाल करने से मना फरमाया है। और आलाती म्यूजिक जो कुछ भी होते हैं, जो कुछ भी इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ म्यूजिक होता है, उनको छोड़ करके अगर आप अल्लाह और उसके रसूल की मदद सराही करते हैं, इसमें कोई हरज किसी को भी नहीं है। चाहे वो अपने रब को किसी तरीके से आप पुकारे या प्यार से पुकारे, आप अपने अंदाज से पुकारें, ये आपके पुकारने का अंदाज है, लेकिन बात आलाते म्यूजिक की है, इंस्ट्रूमेंट ऑफ म्यूजिक की है। अब इसको हटा करके हम देखना चाहेंगे कि उस लड़की ने, जिस बच्ची के बारे में हम लोग तस्करा कर रहे हैं, वो बच्ची उस जगह पर पढ़ रही है जहां पर मस्जिद और कब्रिस्तान के इश्यूज है, और उस बच्ची का नाम उस फतवे के पेपर पर जो फतवा
उसकी गलती है,
वो असल में फतवा
ये उसकी गलती है, ये उसकी खता है,
भी नहीं है वहां पर दो।
ये उसकी गलती है क्या? ये उसकी खता है कि वहां पर कब्रिस्तान है या वहां पर मदरसे हैं, ये उसकी खता है। जिस जगह पे ये परफॉर्मेंस हो रही है वो ऑर्गेनाइजर्स की प्रॉब्लम है। अगर आपको कुछ कहना है तो आप ऑर्गेनाइजर से कहिए।
उसकी खता नहीं है, वो सबसे पहले कि आपको
वो लड़की को परफॉर्म करने की इजाजत क्या आपसे लेनी पड़ेगी? उस लड़की को, नाहिद आफरीन को परफॉर्म करने के लिए इजाजत क्या आपसे लेनी पड़ेगी? अगर ऑर्गेनाइजर ने कोई जगह चुनी है और उस पर डिस्ट्रिक्ट अथॉरिटीज का, स्टेट अथॉरिटीज का परमिशन है, तो आप रोकने वाले कौन है?
लिखे जाते हैं,
आप रोकने वाले कौन है? शाजिया इल्मी, शाजिया इल्मी, will the Muslim clerics decide where she can perform, and will they decide that if that area has qabristans or masjids or madrasas around, then she cannot perform? Is this an issue they have to use to threaten the girl or to threaten the organizers? Are they barking up the wrong tree just because they found a vulnerable target?
आप ये बताएं कि वहां पर जब
vulnerable soft targets, these young girls who are making a name for themselves. Music is a self expression. नहीं भाई साहब, आप ज्ञान ना दीजिए, आपके ज्ञान की जरूरत नहीं है, आपके ज्ञान की जरूरत नहीं भाई साहब। आप हम लोग खुद पढ़ते हैं और हम तर्जुमा से के साथ भी पढ़े हुए हैं कुरान शरीफ। So now it's not just about, you see how different Allah's Islam is from Mullah's Islam. एक भाई साहब चुप हो जाइए, भाई साहब गुजारिश है, 2 मिनट चुप हो जाइए भाई साहब, 2 मिनट चुप हो जाइए आप। सिर्फ मेरी गुजारिश है, किसी और को बोलने दीजिए।
लेकिन
तो अल्लाह के इस्लाम में और मुल्ला के इस्लाम में
जवाब दे दें, कुरान मना करता है, आप रुकेंगे या नहीं?
सुनिए, दूसरे चुप रहिए, आप चुप रहिए, तो 1 मिनट चुप
आप सुन तो
हो जाइए भाई साहब, आप 2 मिनट चुप हो जाइए भाई साहब, आपसे गुजारिश कर रहे हैं।
आप इस तरीके से कैसे बोल सकती है? आप चुप रहिए, आप भी चुप रह जाइए ना।
थियोलॉजिकल मसला भी नहीं है कि आप किसी हदीस का हवाला देंगे।
मैंने आपसे पूछा, आप जवाब दे दीजिए।
अरे क्योंकि मुझसे सवाल पूछा जा रहा है, मुझसे सवाल, आप चुप हो जाइए, 1 मिनट के लिए चुप हो जाइए भाई साहब, 1 मिनट के लिए चुप हो जाइए, फिर जितना बकना बकिएगा, अभी तो बोलने दीजिए हमको। तो मैं बस ये कह रही हूँ कि जहां तक संविधान है हमारे देश का, ये जमहूरियत है, ये एक डेमोक्रेसी है, एक बच्ची का सेल्फ एक्सप्रेशन है गाना, उसकी मौसीकी, उसकी इबादत है। She reaches the divine. This is a self-expression, and she uses that to connect with the world, with the Almighty. It's her wish. So we must take charge of this situation and not allow.
And you know, Shazia, adding to what you're saying, one is of course a freedom of expression
in this country.
But doesn't she have a right to earn a livelihood? She has a gift.
Exactly.
She has been given a gift. She has a right to be able to make a great career out of it. Now, for all of those who are saying that this is un-Islamic, does this girl not have a right to earn a livelihood? Does she not have the right? Do you know that she has sung for the movie Akira?
But you
does she not have a right to earn a livelihood? She has the possibility of having a great career. She has the possibility of uplifting her entire family and earning well for her entire family. Why should that right be taken away from her? Shazia Ilmi, why should that right to livelihood, why should that be taken away from her?
Right to livelihood, exactly. So, right to livelihood, her self-expression, freedom to express herself the way, and enjoy the freedom given to her by the constitution of this country to have absolutely equal rights, no matter which gender she belongs to. So, this is something very important and fundamental to who we are as a country. Will we allow Sharia to dominate the rights of young girls, or will we ensure that the rights given by the constitution of this country will indeed
Syed Inayatullah Sahab, Syed Inayatullah Sahab, आपसे मैं ये पूछूंगी, Syed Inayatullah Sahab,
Shariat is not
whether it is the dhamal or the dhikr or the qawwali, it's been existent for centuries now, and it has been played out in shrines, in places of worship. So what's wrong when places of worship can have music, when places of worship can have qawwalis, can have dhikrs, can have dhamals, and in fact after an attack in Pakistan on one of the Sufi shrines, people went back to that shrine to celebrate and have the dhamal the next very day, because that was their way of ibadat. आप इबादत को रोकना चाह रहे हैं? एक लड़की को मौसीकी से हटाकर दूर कर आप इबादत रोकना चाह रहे हैं?
It is not just like that. Today we can finish off, and it's not that everybody is recognizing, everybody is approving that qawwalis. Only few people, those who are enjoying, let them enjoy. We are not coming in between. Don't say that qawwali is recognized by everyone. No, it is not so. That is a debatable issue.
No, you may not like it.
It's separately, okay. Not here.
Yeah, you may not like it, but it has existed for centuries, and it has tied in very, very closely with
who are following the Islamism,
because qawwali is a product of that culture.
Now see the girl, she is not singing, she is going and dancing there.
Why is so threatened by a young girl who wants
to? So what's wrong with dancing? What's wrong with dancing either?
Whatever it is.
She's moving with the music. What's wrong with that? Syed Inayatullah, आप मुझे सिर्फ इतना बता दें कि वो लड़की जो भी कर रही है उसे आपकी इजाजत क्यों है? उसे आपकी इजाजत लेने की जरूरत क्यों है? आप होते कौन है इजाजत देने वाले? आपसे पूछकर
हम इजाजत लिए कि नहीं बोल रहे. Why you are taking that way? We are not telling that she has to take permission from us. She is the Muslim lady. She has to go as per Sharia. That is what we say.
Yeah, you are saying that we don't give her permission or take away permission. One second. Syed Inayatullah, but at the same time you are saying she's a Muslim lady, she must follow this. You want to shame these girls. People like you want to shame these girls for singing because you think it's un-Islamic. You say we are not giving permission or taking away permission, but what are you doing to this child when you are shaming her? You are calling her un-Islamic. When Suhana is told that your parents will not, your parents will. Because you are showing your beauty to men. What are you doing to these young girls?
That Sharia she has to follow and go. Otherwise, let her go. Her parents, they have to advise her, not we. If they feel...
No, but this is not her parents. This Buhari has not been issued by her parents. This Buhari has been issued by 46 clerics. Tasleema wants to come in. Yes, Tasleema.
I think these fundamentalists are against Muslim community because they want to pull the Muslim community backwards. So the people who are pro-Muslims, they try to reform Islam. They try to give women equal rights. They want uniform civil code. But these Muslims, these mullahs are against Muslim community. They should not be considered as representative of Muslims because they are actually against Muslims.
She is a
they are
anti scholar. She is an author. She has achievements. She has achievements that far outstrip what you have ever achieved in life, Maulana Qasmi Sahab. उनकी achievements है, author है, उन्होंने किताबें लिखी हैं, पढ़ाई की हुई है, scholar है.
She has only degraded Islam. And
that's what you think. That's what you think.
No,
you are not the certification authority.
What?
Are you the certification authority of who's a good Muslim and who's a bad Muslim?
These people are afraid of reformers.
That's what it is.
Because they use Islam for their own
interest. Any kind of progression, any kind of reform. Who resists that? Who resists that? Zeenat Shaukat Ali, who resists reform and progression? Only those who are scared. Those who fear that they will lose the kind of authority they perceive they have. That's why they are scared to open up to any kind of reform.
There are just two quick points I want to make. Three quick points, if you just give me a little time. First of all, I would like to say that the word Qawwali that you were talking about comes from the word call. Call means word, and the word is in praise of God. The second point I want to make is that even during the time of the Prophet Muhammad, as he says, instruments, there was an instrument called the daf. You know, it is a tambourine without the tassels, which people used to use, and it was regularly used, you know, in celebrations. That's my second point. My third point is that
who is denying this?
My third point is that you know religion does not obstruct people. Please, Maulana Sahab,
you are out to scatter our tongue. We cannot advise anybody, even in our mosque, that this is permissible Islam. Don't and
Maulana Qasmi,
I can't talk over him.
Do not interfere with me.
We cannot do this in our mosque.
We listen to you.
We have come to the points. Yes, Islam is being pushed to the bar. Islam, people are trying to take away Islam.
If I can hear what Zeenat Shaukat Ali is saying, please.
And they are threatening, intimidating to send jail anybody who give comments on Islam.
Can she not have to speak over him, please?
Okay.
I want to talk about what they are talking about, the word Sharia. The word Sharia comes from the word Shar, which has the root called Zara, which means flowing water. Zara has been flowing water. Secondly, what you're talking about, jurisprudence and change of laws, belongs to the tradition of fiqh, which means jurisprudence, which after 200 years, after the Quran was revealed, underwent a lot of changes.
No,
please,
don't kindly.
I can't talk over this man.
Professor, don't mislead the country.
Qasmi Sahab, आपकी interpretation of Islam, आपकी interpretation of Islam is not something that the rest of the country has to take as the gospel truth.
He's not the last word.
Every individual in Islam can take his or her own version of Islam. You cannot. In fact, the point we are making is that this is not just about Islam. This is just about a woman's rights. Are you turning this into a complete gender issue when you troll Zaira Wasim, when you troll Suhana Saeed, and now when you threaten Nahid Afrin?
दूसरा कोई बोलता है तो उसको बोलने दीजिए, सुनना भी चाहिए आपको. जो मैं बोलने
आप
जा
गलत
रही
तो
हूँ।
बता रही हैं ना।
Maulana Qasmi, your interpretation of Islam is not everybody's interpretation of Islam, and let us leave it there at this moment, because as far as women in our country are concerned, they will be encouraged to express themselves, whether in music, whether in any other cultural field, or whatever they want to or choose to do. That is something that the idea of India really stands for. Thank you to all our panelists for joining us here on debate number 1, Indian Idol. Nahid, we stand with you. We'll take a short break. Up on the other side is Raga's Soap Stories. That debate coming up in just 2 minutes.